Hello and welcome back to Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. We're in the infamous Triforce quest. We've completed all the dungeons in the game, got our Master Sword powered up, and now we need to find a Triforce of Courage. At some point, the old Link, the hero of time from Ocarina of Time / Majora's Mask, depending on what timeline split and etc. that you're going off of, apparently he lost a Triforce when leaving to go on another adventure of some sort. I guess this is the first time I've gotten a blue chew jelly, so cool. Anyways, the Triforce quest is streamlined, and as a kid playing this game, and even like the last time I played it, which was probably 3 years ago, I never minded Triforce quest. I was one of the few who just like really didn't care. But now that I'm actually playing it again, I can see where people are, I guess where they kind of get irritated with it. It does kind of bring your game to a screeching halt. I feel like this should have been done earlier before the dungeons. So I was like, oh yeah, pumped, I just beat the last dungeon, time to go fight, yeah, Triforce. So probably should have had this earlier in the game, or had some kind of like middle ground. Anyways, so this Triforce quest is going to be broken up into 2 or 3 videos. This quest is streamlined in the Wind Waker HD, so it is faster, and that is a good thing, because even in the streamlined version it does take quite a while. This video alone is almost 30 minutes, and it's not even half of them. This is actually only two parts of it, I believe. So it's definitely something that's a little bit irritating. Now, the Triforce quest, while tedious, it does have a couple of cool little parts to it, and one of them is kind of has a couple of segments like this where you go into like a little mini dungeon of the sorts, and you fight room v room, lighting the torches, and it's just kind of like a cool little thing that they have going on. So some of the changes that they've made, and when we get to them I'll go into them a little bit more in depth, but in the original Wind Waker for the GameCube, for every Triforce piece that you needed, you had to not only find a chart, then you had to get it deciphered by Tingle at an obnoxious rate of like 398 rupees a piece, and then you had to go fish it up. In this game, it skips a lot of that. While there are still a couple of charts that you have to get deciphered and go fish up, most of the Triforce pieces you just get once you finish it. There's no chart, there's no deciphering, no hunting for it. It's just, here's that piece of the Triforce, which is way better, probably how it should have been done in the first place. I'm eating my dinner while doing this. It's been a long day, been up for a long time, had to go into work a couple hours early to deal with a client, so didn't really get a chance to eat lunch or anything, so excuse me while I'm also eating and doing this. Anyways, this video does feature the like kind of like the pit of despair, I don't know what you want to call it, the trials. You go down floor by floor and you fight off wave after wave of monsters, and it's a fantastic section. I love those kinds of things in video games, including here. This was actually the first game that I played that had a segment even remotely like that, and I've always enjoyed it, and I liked it in Twilight Princess as well. They had one in Super Mario or Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. They had one, I believe. So it's just kind of like a fun little thing, challenging yourself. No health that you can acquire through normal means. Just going in with what you go in with, and hopefully coming out alive. So, anyways, A Link Between Worlds comes out next Friday, the 22nd. I actually have the game in my possession, and I will be uploading videos for it here really soon. In fact, maybe as early as tomorrow. Maybe, yeah, definitely tomorrow. It's gonna happen tomorrow, I'm hoping. Sunday at the absolute latest. But it's definitely getting great reviews from everybody. My review will be going published live on hiddentriforce.com once I finish the game. But I'm sure you're not going to be disappointed. So far, I've believe the game has around a 92 out of 100 aggregate score on Metacritic. Most of the games review sites have been giving a good score. You got a couple outliers. People always like to troll and give games bad reviews just to set themselves apart from others. I think I saw one that gave it like a 4 or 5 out of 10, and nothing that they listed in the review justified that. Like, it's a good game, but it's just too Zelda-y. Well, it's a Zelda game, so it kind of makes sense for it to be like Zelda. So, as I said, kind of dumb. Again, I'm eating while doing this, so ignore any silences. That probably means I'm eating food. Okay. So we got our newsletter going out on the hiddentriforce.com. If you have not signed up, just go to hiddentriforce.com. It's on the right side of the website in the sidebar. You can enter your name and email address and get subscribed into our monthly newsletter that we are starting. We also have a t-shirt that we have custom designs for us. This is going on sale here soon, and they're about $18 to $20. Still figuring out the exact price, but it's a really cool Zelda t-shirt design. Anyways, I'm just collecting rupees because we're definitely going to need them for Tingle's deciphering. I think there's 3 or 4 that still need deciphered, so it's still fairly expensive. Anyways, in the past game, as I mentioned earlier, at this point we would be acquiring ourselves a Triforce chart. Hopefully this is one that just gives us a piece instead. Yes, perfect. Okay, so we got Triforce chart, 7 to go, so that's a lot better than the alternative. I'm still collecting rupees. I don't know why. I'm at maximum amount. You probably should upgrade your wallet before this quest, but I'm not going to, and I'll deal with the repercussions of that later. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and exit out the light portal and return to the surface, where we can go on to the next piece that we're going to be collecting, and it's by far the most involved and longest piece that we will be getting as I kill myself. Just go ahead and swim back in here. Some of them take a matter of like a minute, and then some of these pieces take like 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and warp out of here. And we're going to go ahead and go to Outset Island, which is where the game started. So it's kind of cool that they have a piece of Triforce hidden here on Outset Island. What's interesting to note, though, is that this is one of the more inhabited islands in the game. It's not the most, it's probably Windfall, but Outset still has a decent population on it. And I guess nobody ever like discovered this area or tried to go in it, not even Orca, the like swordsman of the island. So it's kind of interesting that they have this whole like labyrinth filled with monsters and a trial and a piece of a Triforce, which is pretty coveted, I'm sure, and nobody ever even like heard about it, knew it was there, whatever. Now what's more interesting is the fact that Tingle is the one who gave us this incredible chart with a listing of all the Triforce charts, the locations of the shards, and everything, even telling us, hey, there's a ghost ship that exists and a piece of the Triforce is on it. So it's kind of a weird thing. That Tingle there just happens to know where all these things are, and he's apparently the only one in this entire Great Sea universe that knows where the Triforce has been located. How he even knows that is beyond me, because when Link, the old Link, Hero Time Link, departed, they just kind of got split up and like hidden. But somehow Tingle's like, I know where these are, so it's kind of interesting that this old fairy dressing man just happens to know where everything is. Now, if you're gonna do this part here, make sure you have a full magic meter if you have not upgraded it yet. Otherwise, you will not make it. It will take every ounce of magic that you have. As you're going to see here as I'm flying across, it's getting really, really depleted, and that's how it's going to be. Now you might hear both of my dogs running around in the background. They're being very loud. And you see I just like barely make it over, so definitely make sure you have full magic when attempting that. So another little piece of information that shows that somebody knew this trial was here is that someone actually erected this giant head-shaped statue to cover the hole. That doesn't form naturally. So someone placed that there, and I guess at some point in time, I guess nobody even bothered to like, hey, what's that giant head there for? So they just let it be. Anyways, we're inside the trial now, and we got ourselves, I believe, 50 floors or something like that worth of fighting. Those dogs sure are loud. I bet that startles a couple of people. Anyways, yeah, I got a new puppy, so they like to fight. Got a new dachshund. I'm pretty sure I said that in a couple of videos ago. Maybe the last one. I'm not sure what. But yeah, they like to play around in Rough House. Anyways, what's interesting about this, and I don't remember if it was this way in the GameCube version. It's been such a long time since I've played it. But kind of like the whole purpose of these trials are you go down, the enemies do not drop items once you defeat them. And that's kind of like the challenge where you're not getting health, you're not getting new arrows, whatever it is that you use to kill the enemies. There's no weaponry being replenished. Nothing of the sort. But there actually is a way to get items, and that's to use your claw shot, and I'll be showing that here. Several floors down, you are actually able to retrieve health from enemies by using the claw shot, as well as their standard kind of like spoils bag drops of the joy pendants, etc. But really, even if you just like don't even try and you just like spam attack, you're gonna be fine. I mean, unless you're the worst Zelda player in the history of ever, this isn't a hard challenge, not even remotely. All the enemies, like the most amount of health that they take away is maybe half a heart, and they shouldn't hit you all that much as I get hit. But again, I'm being careless. I'm just quickly breezing through it for the point of a quick Let's Play video. So with that in mind, don't feel threatened by this segment if you're going to go through it, because it's not really a big deal. As I quickly breeze through this, we're going to keep going down. Now, the different floors, they kind of take on the theme of dungeons, sort of in the order that you complete the dungeons in the game. Right now, we're going through the Fire Dungeon, or the Dragon Roost Cavern, as it was known. And we're killing all the enemies that were in that dungeon, and we're going to eventually be working our way into like the Forest Haven and / Forbidden Woods based enemies. We'll get to all of that here shortly. We're nearing about the halfway point of this video, so we actually got quite a bit to go. There's a lot of fighting in this video. So I don't know, it just really drags out. Maybe I should have sped this up a little bit. I don't know, but it's a fun segment. You kind of run out of things to talk about when you're doing the exact same thing for 50 floors, but that's okay. I got a lot of cool stuff I can talk to you guys about instead. Like I can just count to 200 slowly by 1, 2, 3, 4. But no, I'm not gonna do that. That'll be dumb. Anyways, if anybody plays League of Legends, definitely add me. I'm awesome. Don't add me if you suck. I'm tired of playing on bad teams. Send me a message if you would like to play with me, and I'll send you my username. I play in a North American servers, so if you're on something else, I apologize, but I cannot play with you, and I will not transfer servers to try and play with you. Again, don't message me if you're bad. I played last night, and I lost 6 out of 7 games, yet I went like 85, 30, and 20. So it's not me holding up my team. Just always, I have a thing for getting stuck on the absolute worst teams in that game, and it's really frustrating. And I started playing ranked a couple months ago, and I got placed into a really bad bronze, despite the fact that out of the 10 games you have to play to get your placement, I went positive in like 7 out of 10 and even in 1 or 2 out of that, and I went negative just barely a couple times. But I also lost 8 out of 10 games or 7 out of 10 games. So it's really sucky that they rank you based off of how well everybody else does when I'm obviously doing fine. Oh well, but yeah, definitely hit me up. I love that game, love playing it, and could always use some new friends. I've actually met a couple of people off my channel. I did upload one League of Legends video several months ago. It was actually a good one. If you want an example of what I'm talking about, I uploaded a 2-part video because it was a long match where I had 40 kills and 10 losses, and including a quadra kill, and I ended up getting the 5th kill, but wasn't fast enough to count as a penta, and we still lost when I had 40 kills. I had almost more kills than the other team had combined, and we lost because my team was so remarkably bad. So hit me up, we'd love to play. Another news, the PlayStation 4 just launched last night. I've been hearing that they've been having some errors, a couple of systems malfunctioning. PlayStation Network went down. Too many people were trying to get on it all at once, and it overloaded the servers, which is to be expected. The Xbox One is probably going to do the exact same thing when it finally launches as well. So, got a lot of great things coming up in gaming at the moment. On the 22nd, we have the Xbox One, we have A Link Between Worlds, and we have Super Mario 3D Land, Wii U, or whatever it's called. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming out soon, and I'm trying to catch up on some gaming myself. I just played Rain on the PlayStation Network. Absolutely fantastic game. $15. It's a really short game, which is unfortunate because it's kind of over right as you're starting to get into the swing of things, and it starts to get really interesting. But overall, I mean, just a fantastic game. The music and just the overall feel of the game was just amazing. So if you have a PlayStation 3, or I guess a 4 at this point, then I would definitely suggest checking out Rain. It'll be definitely worth your time. Anyways, we're in the Forbidden Woods section of the enemies, so we got a lot of these P-hats. I'm going to try and steal some items from them because I have not been collecting too many golden feathers, and I would really like to, as it's kind of important for a side quest. So I'm going to collect as many as I can here and get going. Collect some of these Dekubaba seeds as well, and just get everything going to the stockpile that I need. So go ahead. We're just dropping down casually. We have so many floors left to go. It's just irritating. I got about 10 more minutes of this. And I hate fighting these guys because they just hide in the floors the entire time. And it just drags things out. Come on, steal his item. There we go. So yeah, as I said, you can definitely steal hearts. So if you're doing badly and you need to replenish hearts, just try and steal them from the enemies with your grappling hook. Not all of them will drop it. If they have like their individual item that they normally drop, such as joy pendants or these Deku blobs, or not Deku blobs, choo choo gels, then they're gonna drop those versus hearts. But if it's like another enemy that doesn't have a specific spoil bag drop, then you'll be good to go. You also might just get rupees or something unimportant, so just keep that in mind. Now, once you get all the way down to the point where you are collecting everything that you need for the main quest, you can keep going and actually go down further in the floors, but I'm not going to do that in this video just because it's already such a long video. And the item you get, in the past it was a heart piece, and they mixed that up for Wind Waker HD, I believe. I'm pretty sure. And now you get the Hero's Charm. I'm almost positive this is right. Here we go. I hate these guys because they like to just swoop down on me and stay up as I'm trying to do other things. I'm trying to steal your feathers, but you guys won't cooperate. So I'm just going to end up trying to kill them since they keep slowing me down. And come on, just die already. Lose your wings. Just going to shoot them. shoot off their wings. It's a vicious way of doing it, but it's effective. Now these guys want to harass me. Go ahead and head down. But the Hero's Charm is a fairly cool item, and I'm not even sure if that's the name of it. I'm almost positive. It's been such a long time. I think we're about 2/3 of the way done with this section before we get the Triforce chart or piece. Not sure yet, but the Hero's Charm is his item. When you wear it, it kind of looks like an old-fashioned mask of these sorts, and what it will allow you to do is see how much health an enemy has. So it's really sort of useless, but it's just kind of a cool thing to see. Oh, this is how much health a Toucan Sam has, or this is how much health a boss would have, and it just kind of gives you an idea of how much damage you're doing to an enemy and how much they have left, so you know if you just can run straight at them and kill them, or if you need to be more strategic. So generally speaking, there is no strategy to killing a Zelda enemy. You just kill it. There's nothing much to it. So I'm going to try and, well, this guy here. So I mean, most enemies, they take like 3 hits tops. A couple of those Mothulas take a little bit more because you have to knock them out of the sky. But even then, you can kill any enemy in this game that's not a boss in about 5 seconds a piece, if they're actually like sitting still and not just being dumb. So we're now sort of like in the Tower of the Gods based bosses as we moved into the 3rd part. Got a lot of Armos, statues here, these larger ones as well. And there's always going to be bombs planted around, but if you went in there for full supply, you'll have more than enough to kill them. So there's no need to use the bomb plants, which will make you sort of have a little bit better timing, so it's not really an issue. So we're just gonna avoid that and just going down. And now these guys are the ones, this is gonna be the longest segment in the game, I guess. I keep thinking that these guys will like be stunned for me or not be constantly trying to electrocute me, but that's not the case. So use your boomerang to stun them. Oh, I keep trying to steal their like gel, but they keep avoiding it. Bombs, I don't think will hurt them either, but we can see. Oh, it will stun them, so that's something at least. I think I may have killed the one and stunned the other. It's just kind of weird. I'm trying to get some of these. The grappling hook stuns them very briefly, so you have to act quickly if you don't want to get hurt. Now that guy got stunned from my bomb that was nowhere near him. One more to go. So yeah, that was by far like the longest I spent on some common enemies in this video, so that was kind of dumb of me. They had my number there. Alright, now these guys are dumb too. I hate them, but whatever. I wish I could just kill him with the boomerang and be done with it, but you have to use your Deku Leaf, and now he's wanting to get all up in my grill, so I guess I gotta do this the slow way. I really don't like using a Deku Leaf just because it's so slow paced of an item, which it's not even all that slow. It just takes a while for it to swing, like 1 whole second, and that's too slow for me, apparently. So impatience is one of my greater traits, I imagine. Proceeding downward, coming up to about the 24th minute segment, and we're getting some serious monsters here. 2 bokoblins, 1 dark nut, iron knuckle. I don't know what they call them in this game. And dark nuts and iron knuckles are like the exact same thing for the most part, but they always mix it up what they're gonna call it. I guess I can't steal his Knight's Crest when he has armor on, so I'll just slowly kill him, stabbing him in the back. There we go, got his crest, which we need a bunch of crests to get to Orca, and he'll reward us with something. I don't remember what he gives us, so if you know, let me know in the comments. That way I can talk about it later, and it will seem like I know what I'm talking about. Just maybe. Just maybe. So, yeah, it kind of gets redundant. They're running out of enemies here to use as we have more of these common little armos here. Just bouncing around, and one of these guys, which you want to take him out quickly. Always take out the whiz robes as quickly as possible, as doing so will prevent him from spawning more monsters that you have to take out. And I'm just going to go ahead and take that guy out without stunning him because I'm a badass. And proceed down the hole. Down the hole. I love how he goes, ah! Every single time he goes down the hole. And I actually was making that noise every time he went down the hole as I was playing this. My roommate thought I was crazy. But it was just something for me to do. Pass the time because I was like bored. I get bored way too easily. It's one of my not so lovely traits. Let's kill this jackass. There we go. I guess I have to re-equip the bomb really quickly or pick one up. I'm just gonna do this. It's nice that the bomb just falls right in his mouth for us. So, convenience. Alright, so yeah, things are starting to pick up. Now we got two of these Dark Knights here, Dark Nuts. One of them's golden, so he's super bad. Jumping over his head there won't even take away his helmet or anything. So, let's see how much these guys kick my butt a little bit. They're definitely going to do some damage unless you take your sweet time and use your shield wisely. Don't use your bombs wisely, just your shields. But yeah, you can pick away their armor. I would suggest targeting one, taking out his armor, targeting the other, and then letting them smack each other or just hitting them both at the same time like I just did a second ago. Now once your crest, there we go. This guy still has a shield and a helmet, so I'm probably not going to get his crest. So I'm just going to go ahead and kill him, roll around him a little bit, and finish that guy. So we're getting really close to the end now. Should be just about done. And in the next episode of this Let's Play, we are going to be collecting Triforce pieces and charts, and we're going to collect most of them in this next episode, if not all of the remaining ones. And it's also a fairly long video. This is the final floor that we will be going down on. If you wish to proceed further, use your mirror shield and the light that is in this room and shine it on the giant elephant statue to open up the new path down. Otherwise, you can follow me out and proceed on to the other pieces of the Triforce, which I would highly suggest, as the hero's charm is essentially a useless item unless you're a completionist. We got 6 more pieces to go. If you need rupees, this is a fantastic place to get it. Otherwise, just go ahead and exit, and stay tuned for more Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD here on the Hidden Triforce. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.